Once you've satisfied your hunger, get ready for more of the hottest casino games in Vegas. Our 24-hour, 30-table non-smoking poker room proudly hosts all the most popular poker games with a variety of betting limits. Visit the poker room for a schedule of daily tournaments. Whether you're going to hold 'em or fold 'em, the best place for poker is at South Point Casino. You'll notice that our craps tables are usually the loudest in the casino. If you've never played, join one of our free craps lessons to find out what makes this game so exciting. Check with the craps dealer for schedules and give it a roll. Bingo is also an exciting way to spend your time. We offer 7 sessions of bingo every day. Bingo! And each session includes a cash ball jackpot, 12 bingo games, a progressive double action game, and a $10,000 bonus coverall. Electronic units are available. If you haven't played bingo with us, give it a try today. Guests can also get in on the action at our one-of-a-kind race and sports books. 2 separate rooms designed to maximize your experience and comfort. Our sports book, with over 400 seats, puts you right in the middle of the action, 24 hours a day. The friendly ticket writers are happy to help, and it's conveniently located next to the famous Del Mar Deli, where you'll find supersized portions of delicious deli items like roast beef, pastrami, and Reuben sandwiches, or soups, salads, and pizza. Plus spectacular desserts fit for a king. And right next door is the race book. Over 150 seats, each with its own TV screen. There are 16 interactive player terminals, so you can bet right from your seat.
What's happening, everybody? It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day. We'll never stop doing that. Hello and welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us for Lunch with Punch. The show is a fun mix of sports, viral videos, comedy, conversation, some smart gambling advice, which we'll get to. We had a big day yesterday. I'm your host, Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. And today's show, well, we will prove that Santa's elves have great hands for making toys and grabs across the middle. Matt, watch this. So here we go. Guys backing up. You're like, oh, he's throwing to a buddy. That's an elf coming from out of the tree. Watch this. One hand grab.
He stuck it. He stuck it.
One hand grab. Good speed. I think we've all seen the scouting report on the elves. They're short, but they're fast. Good route runners. What's that? Just like me. Here to talk about his busy week and the bowl game, the team he calls radio games for, the UNLV Rebels, will be playing in soon. Matt Neverett is here.
Woo! Everyone's here to hear about my week, of course.
Yeah,
yes.
Matt, I literally have it down. What a week you had.
Oh.
Tell us all about being in Idaho and Nebraska. Remember, it's only an hour show.
I know.
Okay.
I don't know. I may be able to talk more about my time in Omaha than the time that I was physically there. Omaha! I did let out a couple of those. It was the first time I'd ever been there.
When that first started happening, I asked somebody online, I'm like, hey, somebody dub in the Counting Crows saying Omaha when Peyton Manning's at the line. So you heard like, down set, and then Omaha, somewhere middle America. So anyway, what a week you had. Start off with the football game. Unfortunately, we watched the game here. I know Keith was listening to you on the feed, and they lost to Boise State. Boise State looks good.
Yeah, Mountain West
they
Championship.
Look really good. So tell us about that game.
Yeah, that was it was cold. It was Boise. Everybody's favorite towns, and especially this time of year, Boise and Omaha.
Boise, Idaho.
So we were up there for the Mountain West Championship game. It was about 25 and snowing the entire time we were there. Just what you would expect. It's one of those ones where you can relate, having traveled enough, especially this time of year, where you walk outside, especially living in LA and Las Vegas, you walk outside and your first thought is, oh my God, I'm so glad I don't live here.
It's always when you walk off the plane and you feel the wind come in.
It just hits you somehow from every angle at once.
Go, oh,
I'm so glad I don't live here.
Yeah.
It was cold. It seemed like it was dark. Somehow it was dark 16 hours a day the entire time we were there.
What's the blue turf? Kind of makes it all feel darker.
Yeah,
too.
I got asked. I had heard about this in the past, and I don't know to what degree it's true, but I guess there were rumors or stories when they put the turf in that birds thought it was a body of water.
Yes, that's what I
would go in. I got asked that a couple of times. I did not see any birds bird deaths.
Yeah, that's what we talked about when you did a remote from your room in Boise.
Yeah.
But, okay, no bird deaths.
No bird deaths. Cold game.
You do that game. It ends on, what, Friday at midnight?
That game was about Friday. We got back to the room at about 11 o'clock local time, the Mountain Time Zone.
Okay.
I was the only one because typically when you're doing these football games on the road, you do the game, you get on the bus, you go to the plane, you get back home. We get home anywhere between like midnight or 2 or 3 a.m. depending on where we are. But I stayed the extra
but not
night.
For you.
Nope, because I had to fly to Omaha, Nebraska the next day to do UNLV Creighton basketball.
Right.
I woke up that 4 a.m. alarm really hurt. I tried to get if I could get 4 hours of sleep.
Now, how many alarms do you set?
I'm one of those guys that sets them like every minute.
Yeah, I set the alarm. I call the front desk for a wake-up call.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I do wake-up call. And then when you call for a wake-up call, they're always like, people still do these?
Are you
I'm
sure?
like, yes.
Yeah.
I want as many. I need to make sure that I'm up at 4, but also 4:04, 4:07.
So I'll do it in 1 minute increments. So if I got to get up at 4, I'll do 4:01, 4:02, 4:03, 4:04 until I get up. You should see like the list on my phone. I got to scroll through.
I know.
So that happened.
So you get up at 4.
First time ever I had to schedule an Uber ahead of time because I didn't know in Boise if I was going to be able to get an Uber at 4.
That's true.
So 4:40 Uber, get to the airport, 6:30 flight. I had to check all of our gear because I'm traveling with all of our gear. Lay over in Denver. Landed in Omaha at 12:30 Central Time for a 3 o'clock tip-off.
Oh, my gosh.
Got an Uber to the arena. I got into the arena physically 2 hours before the game started. We take the air a half hour before the game started.
Right.
So I had 90 minutes to set everything up. Luckily for basketball, the gear's not too bad.
Wow.
Got it set up. Even got to have some lunch. I got a thing of lasagna and a salad.
Well, that's the thing that Nebraska is known for is their lasagna.
Yep, and they had 3 different types of ranch. Homemade from whatever restaurant it was. I'm not even kidding. I heard the guy setting it up explaining
there's
it.
a benefit of that.
Call that game, get on the flight with the basketball team. I was like, hey, guys, great to see you. I just called the game. Let's go back home. But I was telling you, like, I think I got back 7 or 8. But that day, I was on the ground in 4 different cities.
That's wild. Yeah. Racking up some frequent flyer miles.
It's all charter. The commercial one, I get refunded. But
it's charter, Ann.
I don't get the miles. There's a downside.
By the way, I want to tell you, back in the day when I first started doing stand-up, this is before you really needed an ID to travel. So the club owners and the bookers would book the ticket in their name so they could get the frequent flyer miles.
Oh, no
They're like,
way.
well, I paid for the ticket, so I get the miles. So I would get on a plane as Jeff Schneider. You know what I mean? This is way before security was tighter. But yeah, so I wasn't even getting the miles.
When we travel with the Aviators, it's commercial. So I've got a ton of Southwest points and Marriott Bonvoy points as well.
It's
like gold.
All right, well, we have a big show for you guys. We appreciate you tuning in. Today on the Punch Menu, we have a Punch Menu graphic, Matt. It's new. There you go. It's electric, like a diner. Check that out.
Every week there's
Coming
something
up,
new.
I know. We got our comedy clip of the day. Matt makes the call. The return of the Punch Drunk. Time permitting. Picks at 12:36, and in the Punch Bowl pundits, we have the Pennsylvania State Championship. We talk Hot Stove League and a new game. What's the ruling on that play? But first, it's time for Top of Show breaking video. Dun, 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 dun. This is our CNN-esque graphic right there. Breaking video, ladies and gentlemen. What is the breaking video? Well, it's that most of America hates the Dallas Cowboys still, right?
That's fair.
I mean, honestly, unless you're from Dallas, you don't like the Cowboys.
America's team, where did that come from?
Well, apparently, the legend has it that I've seen on many Steeler websites is they wanted the Steelers to kind of be America's team when, I don't know if it was NFL trying to brand it or I can't remember the story.
Yeah.
But the Steelers were like, no, we're Pittsburgh's team. We're staying, we're Yinzers, we're Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And then they went to Dallas and said, we're going to start. I think that's something like that. If someone knows, JR, I see him in the chat. I guarantee you, JR will know the origin of that. But Keith, does that sound right to you?
No.
But it sounded good enough.
I mean, in all reality, the Steelers are America's team. There's Steeler bars in every city you go to.
Green Bay and Pittsburgh and Chicago. I would say there's a Chicago bar in every city.
You're not finding a Patriots bar in L.A.
No.
Just for
probably
instance,
not.
yeah.
But anyway, so we like seeing Dallas Cowboys lose, and we like seeing their fans get upset about it. So here's a clip because these Monday night clips filter out a couple days later. So here's some guys thinking, oh, well, we blocked a punt. We're going to win. Here we go. So they're all excited. Look. Get the ball. Get the ball. Oh, why did he touch it? And now the confusion settles in. And that's their special teams coach who actually head coached the Giants for a couple games. His nickname is Bones. But remember, this guy was just off the practice squad. I have never seen this in my life.
Why? Why would you touch that?
Don't touch the ball. But look, I mean, isn't it kind of instinctual? You see a ball coming at you. Although on special teams, I'm sure they drill into your head. Fire, right?
Yeah,
Don't touch
fire.
it.
Poison's the other one they use.
I never heard poison.
Literally, it is saying like, do not touch it, you will die.
But if someone screamed poison, I'd be like, poison,
yeah.
poison. That girl is poison. That was my 80s Belle Biv DeVoe dance.
I love it.
Not really sure what it was. But anyway, they had a parlay cooking, and they lost because why? Well, they bet the Dallas Cowboys, and they lost. The Cowboys let that one slip away, but Joe Burrow celebrated with some nuts to the face. So, there you go. You got a pink.
Oh, man.
What's that? Nut to the face. Donut saying he's hugging Jamar Chase. He's like, hey, man, I just can't wait to get home. I'm sure everything's fine at my house.
Yeah, was this before or after he found out his house got robbed during this game?
Probably before, which we'll get to later in the show, ladies and gentlemen. But I wanted to talk to you because I know you had sent an idea. You're like, hey, I want to talk about the Simpsons thing. I had told Alex yesterday, a lot of people are like, oh, we tuned in. It was a little annoying. I watched the entire thing.
I just got the whole game,
I had Simpsons on the TV here.
Oh,
and on the computer, I had the game.
Okay.
So I'd watch the game, and what was nice was you knew when a big play was going to happen.
How far was the delay? Because I was curious about
2 minutes.
That. Okay.
It was a good 2 minutes because you'd look at the clock and it was about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Because any time that they put in Bart or Lisa at a quarterback, that they knew like a scoring.
You want to know how dumb I am?
Yes.
It took me until about the halftime break to realize that that's what was going on. Me and my brother were watching the game kind of in the background while we're doing other stuff. And I remember looking up, I'm like, how do they keep guessing right? Every time they switch it to a Simpsons character, they score a touchdown.
Wow, the Simpsons are that good.
And then like eventually at halftime, I'm like, oh, duh.
But let me tell you something that I didn't put two and two together until after the game. I'm like, oh, wow, time to rest. But literally, it was like a 2 minute delay.
That's a Pine Richland education versus North Allegheny right there.
They did a great job. Mina Kimes and Dan Orlowski, they did a great job calling the game.
I loved all the random like Simpsons lines that they put in. You choose me.
They had the Ralph Wiggum after the touchdown.
Honest to God, that was a play where I was doing something else. I look up and all of a sudden Ralph's catching the touchdown, and it's like you have the connection to these characters. And out loud, I'm like, Ralph, yes Ralph come on.
I'm Ralph. My cat's breath smells like kitty litter.
Miss Hoover, I glued my head to my shoulder.
It was a lot of fun. Will they do it again? I said it would be really cool if they did Family Guy next.
They've done SpongeBob before.
They did. And see, I'm not a SpongeBob guy.
See, I was.
Yeah. See,
grew up on that show.
Not a SpongeBob guy, so I thoroughly enjoyed
I think they could do Family Guy. You need them with the somewhat obscure characters, like Mo making that tackle on the 4th down play was awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He laid him out.
I love that they did Mo's juice bar. Because if the kids were watching, they didn't want to know that Mo serves alcohol.
They say juice bar, but they said huge ass like 30 times with the Bart prank calls.
It was very fun. It was well done. There you go. It was very funny, but not as funny as our comedy clip of the day. Here we go. We love the Vikings TD celebration, or as the kids call it, a tutty celly. Is that right, Matt? You're a kid.
Yeah.
Because tutty is touchdown.
I didn't get to do many of them, but yes.
Did you know that a touchdown is a tutty?
Yeah. Who doesn't know
Okay,
that?
and that a celebration is a celly?
Celly. I did know the celly.
And a championship, and I learned this from Ryan, is a chip.
Well, it's like the lures or the ning.
The lures.
You're just shortening.
The ning. Well, the ning was something.
Something made me think about that the other day. Yeah.
Or the Riz. What's the Riz?
The Riz.
That's the Ritz crackers.
Isn't it charisma? I don't know.
Riz. Yeah. I thought that's if you're good at rapping with a girl. Is that what that means? Rapping with a girl. That's that's been a while.
I didn't know you were in Salt and Pepper.
Me and Spinderella traded off on the ones and twos. All right, so we love the Vikings touchdown celebration. Earlier in the year, they did it from Parent Trap. This past week, they did it from White Chicks. So, by the way, you're like, okay, they had to rehearse this. Well, guess what? We found rehearsal footage. Here we go. Vikings, White Chicks. So you knew this wasn't easy.
Is it bad when I saw the dance in the game? I'm like, oh, I wonder how long they practice this for.
I know, and then here it is. Little kid and play, hola, hola, eh. And then this is the part.
See, and it's one thing to do it without pads.
Oh, God, that's
and then you add
point.
in there's no way they didn't practice it in pads once.
Because that makes it much wider. Look,
that one move is the only one you really need to practice in the pads.
What will they have next, ladies and gentlemen? We shall see. And then here's the execution.
Spot on.
I mean, and they sunk it up with unbelievable celebration. So one of the reasons I love the Vikings, obviously no one expected them to be, 11-2?
Yeah.
And Sam Darnold, they still haven't discussed long-term contracts with him. What do you do in Minnesota? You got J.J. McCarthy, who you drafted, but boy, Sam Darnold looks really good. You do like a 1-year deal for him?
I thought when you said, what do you do in Minnesota, I thought you meant just like physically. I was going to say drink.
No, that, and you go to the Mall of America and walk around.
And see the old home plate at the Twins' old stadium that's in there.
Is it in the middle
They
there?
built it on top of the Twins' old stadium before the Metrodome. And home plate, kind of like how they have it at the Cathedral of Learning in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. In Forbes Field
Yeah,
Wall.
they have a similar thing in Minneapolis.
I just know when we were in Minnesota shooting at Mall of America, they're like, okay, I called and the crew's like, we're set up outside the Gap. So I walk into the mall, I go, which way's the Gap? And they go that way.
8
and
miles.
I'm in front of the Gap, and there's no one there. Turns out there's like 3 Gaps in that mall.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they go, we're at the West Gap.
Oh.
Don't be at the South or the East Gap. Yeah, it was
John
ridiculous.
Fisher's been confusing you since back then.
It was ridiculous.
It is a real tough conundrum because no matter what, Sam Darnold has made himself a ton of money this year.
I know, right?
He has completely resurrected his career.
I mean, but he looks like one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league this year.
He's doing a good job. Game manager extraordinaire, and that works out well for guys like Alex Smith. We've seen Geno Smith make a big career out of being a game manager type of quarterback, although Geno's volume is picking up here in recent years. It is a tough conundrum because you can only sit JJ so long.
I know.
We saw it with Jordan Love. You know, that first round pick, you let him kind of hang out. Sam Darnold's not Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
He might be better when it comes to actually mentoring a young guy.
Are you kidding? Aaron Rodgers, as you know, is a complete dick. So
yeah.
I don't know. Sam Darnold, I mean,
it's
look,
a tough decision.
I don't know what's going to happen with the Steelers situation. I feel like they'll give Russell Wilson a year or two. They're not going to keep Justin.
I saw a funny thing. It was like a text exchange, and it was between a mom and a son, and it said, "Did you wash the towels or whatever?" And the kid just sent back a picture of Russell Wilson, and she goes, "What does this mean?" And he goes, "It means that they're not washed." Because Russell Wilson, everybody thought he was washed up.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Sometimes you got to break down the jokes for me.
Kids.
The Riz and the kits and the cats in the cradle. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's roll call time. Let's check in with everybody in the chat. Wow. I see a lot of action here. All right. I had a tip-off question today. Usually we have kickoff. But I figured tip-off question, how much interest do you have in the in-season Emirates NBA Cup and who will win it? Are you following this? Because the players, yesterday Vince looked up, it was like $515,000 that they get. So there's an incentive, even though they're all millionaires already.
Yeah, but for the guys on the 10-day contract or the 2-way deals,
they would get that.
Guys just up from the G League, everybody gets it.
Oh, wow.
Even beleaguered Bronny James, if they win, he's got so much going against him in his 4-year contract.
He's grown up hard.
That's going to be life-changing money for a guy like Bronny James. As a fan, I think it's kind of interesting. I don't care until we get to the later stages.
I didn't know who the final 8 teams were until yesterday.
No, and I think it's based off the model of European soccer. It provides some intrigue and forces the players to really play harder, I would say, and with more regularity and consistency than they would at this point of the year past.
Correct, yeah.
Because as we know that for years and years and years, there's that midseason lull in terms of viewership, in terms of the playing, and then it ramps up towards the playoffs. This kind of helps to bridge that gap. So I think that the later stages of it are interesting. I could do without the specialty courts. I think those are kind of chintzy.
I like the courts.
I think they should do it like a jersey. Do like a gold and a black or a white jersey and do like specialty jerseys instead of the specialty courts. I don't know. The courts just don't do it for me. Because there's some that are cool. Most of them suck.
Yeah, we looked at most of them, and I think Jeff and I each picked our favorite 3 and the worst 3.
I
some
remember
of them
that.
are eyesores.
The Timberwolves is gross.
I can't remember it offhand, but
the Lakers with the all purple.
So let's see. How much interest you have? Erin O'Connor, one of our favorite guests, very funny. She says, how much interest? She said, 0. Paul Sugarman, Reno Paul, absolutely 0 interest. It was even lame last year when his Lakers won. Minidar 0. And then Minidar said, Crochet was traded. So
yes, he was. Yes.
In the middle of all that, yes, your Boston Red Sox have picked up the
interest
prize.
waning quickly in the NBA Cup.
That's how long it took.
Yeah.
3 comments, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. I can't. There we go. Whoa. Okay, Paul, someone really needs to invent a cocktail called the wake-up call. All right, NBA should start in December. Too much money involved, but it'll never happen. Aaron O'Connor, true Frank, I racked up many frequent fire points for Jeff Schneider. See? B-Town Dummies here. Let's see.
Okay, here we go.
Birds flying into the turf at Boise State is a total urban legend, but it is where Jimmy Hoffa's body was moved in 1993. Christian, how long did it take you to think up that nugget?
That is good.
JR, according to Wikipedia, America's team originated with the team's 1978 highlight film where the narrator, the late, great John Facenda, opens with the following introduction.
The autumn wind is a raider.
Yes, they appear on television so often that their faces are familiar to the public as presidents and movie stars. They are the Dallas Cowboys. America's team.
Okay, so it was a branding tool.
I still think they went to the Steelers first. I really do. I'm pretty sure they did. JR, Nuggets Like That will be live in studio. He will be here on Thursday. JR from the ballpark.
Let's go.
He will be here sitting in for the first half, and then we have Joe D'Amico back. So really good Friday show with Jeff Parles, but don't forget about Thursday show. So let's see here. They appear on. Evan Tola, or I still don't know how to pronounce this. Evan Natola says Sam Darnold will be back to the Jets. I don't know about that. I don't think that's a phrase that's ever said a lot. Oh, yeah, I'm going back to the Jets.
Going back
to the Jets. Anyway, Punchies, thank you so much for being there.
Rita's watching. Hi, Rita.
Wait, my mom is?
Yes, she is.
Well, how do you see that?
On the very bottom, Frank.
Okay, folks, I have a Chromebook. All right, so look, here's the image of the show, and then over here are all the comments, and I should be able to go like this, but instead, it's not. Okay, I can't complain about it. It was free. So, but no, I should be able to touch that and then be able to do that.
There is a mouse.
I need to get a mouse. No, well, the keyboard is
that little touchpad. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
we're gonna get you learned.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
Oh,
no, but it's not.
Oh no,
it's a.
You're on Top Chat, not All Chat.
No, we ruined it.
What's Top Chat mean?
Oh, just get the Top Chat, not the All Chat.
I'm missing comments. What is going on here? I want to be all chat.
Okay.
Keith has his glasses off right now, and it's tripping me out. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Lines of the Night. Something we do here. We do That's Crazy or Lines of the Night. We got some punchlines, Lines of the Night. Matt, kick us off and get something with Braun. We were just talking about Braun.
Yeah, glad we're talking basketball.
Yeah,
it's getting to be Christmas time, Christmas Day. NBA is as good as it gets. That's the one thing in the NBA schedule is that no matter what, they schedule premier games, premier matchups, and premier viewership on Christmas Day. They always have. It's been a big thing.
Yeah.
You know, and NBA is probably the third out of the four major leagues as far as the ones that I followed as a kid and as I get into adulthood. But Christmas Day is always a tradition.
By the way, there used to be nothing to bet on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out. That one year, and this will show you how long I bet on the East-West Shrine game, which was like a college all-star game. I was over at my brother-in-law, Dan, my sister and Dan. I'm like, hey, man, I got East.
I need some action.
He's like, what? I'm like, East is loaded. I bet on the East-West Shrine game. So anyway, continue.
I'm going to get you one of the pamphlets that says when the fun stops.
1-800.
We're going to get Frank a pamphlet. That's quick aside. Me and my brothers, whenever we're talking about betting or something degenerate comes up, we always just go pamphlet.
I love that. Reno Paul, we're going to use that
pamphlet. Speaking of pamphlet, I'll be betting on some NBA Christmas Day action. And the best part, in my opinion, has been how they advertise and the cool jerseys that they do. But they always market Christmas a little bit differently.
You really like cool jerseys.
I love. This is a Matt Neverett jersey show. Yeah.
Okay.
But the commercial a handful of years ago where they had all the shooters around the outside shooting into baskets with little jingle bells and it made the song, and they redid it for this year. So I saw this yesterday and I was like, yes, I need to talk about NBA Christmas Day.
All right, let's see it.
Tune it up, Katie.
Excuse me.
Animated this time.
Think we still got it? Give me that.
What?
I got you. Let's go! Down the chimney.
Now that's the spirit.
I'm ready.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it just
very cool.
One of my favorites, and it kind of is a callback to some of the older commercials, and that's how I know I'm getting old. When Steph Curry, who I remember was like rising as I was in college, goes, "You think we still got it?" I'm like, oh, right in the heart.
It hurts. But by the way, how mad is the NBA probably that now football is going to be on as well?
Yeah, well, there was the antitrust thing way back in the day between college football and the NBA, where it was college on Saturday, NFL Sunday.
Yeah.
And now nobody gives a crap anymore.
No, it's any day of the week. Everyone's like, put NFL on every day. We don't give a crap.
Yeah, which it's the most powerful sports league in the world. They'll find a way.
Hey, I'm in the all chat now.
Oh, welcome.
Mom, I am watching the show and watching it snow. All right. And then Keith says, hi, Miss Nicotero. Eli Manning says, the legendary Miss Nicotero.
Eli.
Chat went, who is Eli Manning? We don't know who Eli Manning is, and we don't know who Blade Nicotero is. Show yourself. All right, we love it. Okay, here's my line of the night, and it's about Najee Harris. So here we go, and Najee Harris, if he gets to 1,000 rushing yards this year, he's only 123 away, so he's going to get it. He'll be the first player since Adrian Peterson from 2007 to 2010 to get 1,000 or more yards and 5 rushing touchdowns in each of their 4 seasons. Now, mind you, this is a guy that they said, wait, Najee Wiz? Is that the code? Is that the? Nah, gee whiz. Oh, very good, Caden. Nah, gee whiz. Did you come up with that one? That's okay, there you go. I don't. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option because you look at it and go, running backs are not looked at unless your name is Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry. Najee Harris has proved to be an unbelievable durable back for the Steelers. He doesn't fumble. They didn't pick up that 5th year. They're like, well, we have Jaylen Warren. We can find another one. Now I'm starting to think maybe they offer him a 3-year deal. I don't know. I don't know.
I think they probably should.
They should.
The thing the durability you can't take away, especially nowadays where the running back careers are so short and there are so many big injuries. You got to remember, though, who's been playing quarterback for the Steelers before this year?
True.
They've had some terrible quarterbacks over the last handful of years, so he's getting high volume.
Which, by the way, Kenny Pickett is the backup for the Eagles, who the Steelers are playing this week. Imagine if Jalen Hurts got injured.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not hoping for that, and Kenny Pickett came in.
Well, that's like when I watch you watch the Jaguars, and now that Mac Jones is starting for them because Trevor Lawrence got hurt, I'm like, yep, there we go. This is a perfect role for him.
I remember this guy.
It's similar with this Najee Harris one. It reminds me of one of my favorites, and Mike Evans has now he has gone this is his 11th year as a pro.
All 1,000
yards for each of the first 10 years of his career. That I don't think that's ever going to happen again.
Did Jerry Rice do it?
Jerry Rice is the only other one ever.
Right, Rice did it, and there's no way.
So many of Rice's records are untouchable. Mike Evans is going to be the closest one to some of them.
Yeah,
but just that it also speaks to the longevity in the career of Jerry Rice.
Yeah, if you look at Rice's numbers, it's insane. The touchdowns, the receptions, and the yards. Miles above. Yeah. Miles above. He's put everything out of reach. And now with, not just having one guy spread, there's no way anyone's ever going to catch those records.
And then he went to the Raiders.
And then I think technically his last team was the Seahawks. I think he was in camp with Seattle.
I have Football Reference pulled up. That's what I was actually going to look.
It
was the
picture.
Seahawks.
Yeah.
He ended his career as a Seattle Seahawk as a 42-year-old in 2004.
But did he play in a game or just preseason?
He played in 9 games for them.
Did he really?
He played for 6 games for the Raiders that year, and then the last 11 for the Seahawks.
Wow, I thought it was only preseason. Wow. B-Town Dummy's watching. He's a big fan.
25 catches for Seattle.
How many?
25 catches, 3 touchdowns. He scored 3 touchdowns for them and none for the Raiders that year.
I vaguely remember. That's what I mean. I remember seeing something about him being a Seahawk, and I couldn't remember it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a feature we like to play when he's here because it's named after him, and Ann came up with it. It's Matt Makes the Call, ladies and gentlemen. But charge!
Matt makes the call!
You could do it when I'm not here.
No, we can't do it when you're not here. It won't make sense if it's Matt Makes the Call and you're not here.
Keith makes the call.
Who?
Keith
makes the call. Alex makes the call. Jump. Okay, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are plays. They're not from games. They're fun clips that you see on the internet. Might have nothing to do with sports whatsoever, but I think most of them do today. Anyway, this first one is this the Oklahoma drill? Is that what's first? And Oklahoma drill? Okay, it's called number 1. All right, Matt. So listen, you make Matt make the call.
I'm ready.
Go. Yes. It is Oklahoma draw. Then. Okay. No. Little kids versus their parents.
Time to get out that long resentment. Oh! Now this one, Johnny gets up. He's coming down the gap, and the linebacker clocks him. Eat your damn vegetables. Now here's Dad. He's coached, and he hates his son. He put the perfect form tackle.
He lifted him.
And he goes around the boundary. The defender goes to get him and knocks him down out of bounds. That's a late hit if I ever saw one, folks. He fakes right. He spins left and leaves a jockstrap on the floor.
But that was Mom.
That was Mom. I can't see that one. No jockstrap there. That's also Mom.
No jockstrap. All right. I think we've seen enough of the Oklahoma drill. Bravo,
Oh,
Matt.
He's coming back for seconds.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's like, Mom, I'm taking you down.
Yeah, one way or another.
Okay. Is next the pinata break. I believe this is pinata. Pinata. All right. Here we go, Matt. This is Matt. Make the call.
All right. Little Billy stepping up with an empty count. Foul ball. Swing and a miss. Foul ball. Oh, and it kills him. You think that's a 7. It's an upside down L, actually.
Yeah. He's a loser.
He took the loser. Well, the weirdest pinata ever award goes to this guy's parents. Get that kid a smaller bat. That's a lot of swing and miss right there. Strike 4, strike 5, and he quits.
He gives up. It's like, you can't break this thing.
I think I'd quit too. That weird ass pinata.
I remember. Yeah, what is that? I remember on America's Funniest Videos once, they made like an indestructible one. It was like a prank on kids, which speaking of pranks, we'll get to. But the kids couldn't break it and they started crying. It was on America's Funniest Videos, which is still on the air.
Did you ever get got with the candles that don't blow out?
Oh, yeah, the trick candles.
The trick candles.
And you could tell that because they have like a little weird spark.
Yes.
Yeah, the spark.
Yes.
So if you're the first time you see him, you don't get it.
I had no clue.
But then when someone lights him, you're like, nice.
I got bad as a kid with one of those. Yeah.
All right, this one not sports related. I believe this is some sort of dollar bill mousetrap game. There's people blindfolded. There's dollar bills that they can grab, but some of them have mouse traps.
Sounds like my kind of game here, yeah.
Matt, make the call.
Blindfolds, mouse traps, money. What could go wrong?
God.
And they're off. And someone lost a finger already. Someone grabbed $1. Should have made it 100. I'd have been all over that table. And he puts his hand in and immediately regrets it. There on the left. I like the tepid approach, and somehow that guy on the right still got the most mouse traps. He was the slowest. We got $1, 12 mouse traps. It's like a musical Chairs from Hell.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, I mean, he got it once. The other guy got like 4 or 5, and he's out there still going back in.
Still scraping them in.
Somebody's mortgage is due sooner than the others. That's what I got from that. And
I'm going in.
I was saying to Keith ahead of time, for $1, come on.
For $1.
20s maybe. Make it 100.
Yeah, then.
And then we'll play it here and...
All right, that's something to do at the Christmas party next week. There you go.
I like it.
Are their parents worse than those parents in the Oklahoma drill? You're like, oh, that was terrible how they're hitting their kids. Oh, we found worse parents, ladies and gentlemen. This was on our thumbnail. We got to show it. It's parents pranking their kids with the scary Grinch. Matt, make the call.
The scary Grinch. The defender into the hole. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Running away, stares the defender down, tries to escape, and gets upended. Goes full feet overhead into a scorpion pose.
Matt made the call, ladies and gentlemen. Good job, Matt.
And Keith in the background.
Now, wait a second. That is just, these kids are going to be terrified of Christmas the rest of their life.
Can we please watch that flip again? That looked like,
and can we do it? Matt's requesting an instant replay.
Intentional somersault
so
I've ever seen.
From the top. So the Grinch comes in.
Immediately right here, you should know that this is not going to go well as a parent.
Right, look at their retracting.
And then, look at the somersaults.
Terrible.
Oh, my God.
By the way.
And then she's trying to escape in the front.
She's trying to climb out. And he's stalking
What is that,
her.
a conversation pit? They got to climb out of it?
Now, if everyone liked that, and we'll go to the punchies in the chat room, if you really like that, I've come across a few more of those with the Grinch frightening children. Perhaps we show them later in the week.
I guess it's better to have your kid be traumatized of the Grinch than like Santa or I don't know. The Easter Bunny. That's exactly what I was going to say.
But here's the thing: like they can use this now. Like, hey, go clean your room, or the Grinch will come.
Are they bad parents or brilliant parents?
This is something for discussion in the chat room.
Quick bad parent story from the other night that I saw in real life. I went and saw Gladiator 2.
Okay.
Good movie, long movie, but really good.
Gladiator 2, audience nothing. Okay, anyway.
2 Gladiator, 2 Furious, you know.
Such an old joke.
So I went and saw it at 9:10 at a casino in town on a Monday night. It was Monday night, 9 o'clock at night.
9:10.
9:10 precisely. 2.5 hour long movie late on a Monday night, on a school night, mind you. I walk in, me and my girl, we walk in. There's a mom with like a 5-6-year-old daughter. Could not have been any older than 6.
Gladiator 2.
Checking in the tickets, and she's like, Gladiator. Before she even walks away from the desk, she goes, no, she's too scared. There's a 9:15 of Moana in the next theater over. Would we be able to just go to that? And the lady was like, sure. She's like, I don't care.
It's late. I want to go home.
We walk in. Kid screams and runs out of the theater before the movie even starts. Because it's an R-rated movie, so they're showing more adult previews, and it's like a scary movie preview. Kid starts screaming and running out and leaves. We get out of the movie at like midnight. Kid's still in the lobby. They're just hanging out.
Oh, my God.
Go to bed.
Wow. And when you said school night, I thought you meant for you.
No, I mean.
But it was like a
no,
school
I'm done with school. I was done with school about 5 years before I finished school.
All right. Anyway, Matt, great job. Okay, today's date. Today.
This is
Usually it's the other end, though.
I was making eye contact with you. Vince is even like, okay, she's ready. Today is December 11th.
This is 2020.
4. We'll have to, and we only have a few more shows until I have to change it to 5.
This
and that
many.
changes my whole thing. By the way, if my mom is still watching, I have a feeling my mom thought that Grinch clip was horrible. She'd be like, that is terrible.
You got to read Paul's comment.
Hold on. What did Paul say? Parents are dicks. Okay, there you go. Short and to the point. That's Reno Paul right there. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, so here are the national days. There's not that many today. One of them is fake. I read you the ones, these national days, if you're new to the show. One of them is fake. The crew will then try to discover which one is fake, and then we put them all together in an AI image. National Tango Day. National Have a Bagel Day. National App Day. National Noodle Ring Day. Not sure what that is. National Hang a Wreath Day. Holiday Food Drive for Needy Animals Day, and International Mountain Day. Here you go, Matt, if you want to take a look at them. The crew says food drive for animals. Jay doesn't think that's right.
See, I don't think you would fake that as an animal lover.
Sean says have a bagel. Frank, that's not real. Noodle Ring Vince says, Anne.
What would be there about the
What?
She's doing a character from 50 years ago. Emma, yes, Miss Latella, yes?
Why would we have a tangle day?
Oh.
Why would we want to be tangled?
Wait, was there? Oh,
No,
tango.
tango.
I said
mind.
tango. We're going to get this right one of these days because she heard things
See,
wrong.
normally I agree with Vince, but I'm going to go with Sean here. Have a bagel day.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in quite some time, I have stumped the
No!
entire crew. Hang a Wreath Day is fake, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn.
There is like National Wreath Day, but not Hang a It's fake. Now, that one I thought for sure someone would get, but then I went, ooh, that's a pretty good fake one.
I like that. Yeah, some of your fake ones, as a friend, I can say this.
They're terrible.
Are terrible.
Well, because I came up with that as I was doing whatever that is.
Yeah. Usually I'm like,
National
what
Change
was
the
Frank
Batteries
doing
in your
while he was
remote
reading
control
this?
day.
National take a dump day. Yeah.
National Clear Your Cookies on Your Computer Day.
National hide your internet search history from your girlfriend day. Yeah.
All right, celebrity birthdays. I wasn't too familiar with this person. Well-known Mexican wrestler Rey Mysterio
and his son
turns 50. He has a son too.
He has a son. What's his name? He is. I don't think it's his actual son. There was a match. There was a match back in the day.
Wrestling is fake.
Yeah.
Right, anyway.
First time for everything.
Okay.
There was a match back in the day where it was him and like the guy that his ex-wife was supposedly cheating on him with.
Jesus.
And winner got custody. I think it's Dom. Winner got custody of the kid, and now the kid. I don't even know if it's the same guy or if they just kept the storyline. But they have a wrestler that is Rey Mysterio's son, and they do a lot of stuff
And
together.
I think it's AJ, and they bring the boom. Is that what it is? Okay. We bring
sorry, other way.
But they do it in Spanish. A la escuela boom.
Yo soy la boom.
I just think I said school boom. I don't.
Donde está la biblioteca?
Celebrity actress Haley Steinfeld, who's engaged to Bills quarterback Josh Allen. It's her birthday as well.
Lucky her.
And Motley Crue bassist Nikki Sixx turns 66. Therefore, Nikki 666, they are the devil's music. Motley Crue, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
That's what they said.
We put them all in the AI machine up there. Caden did it up in Utah and sent it back down. Here we go. And boom. Okay, there you go. Wait, Tango? Is that Tango from Tango and Cash?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, right. Rey Mysterio eating bagels.
Yeah.
Why not? Why are they on a mountain? Oh, International Mountain Day.
Wow.
So there you go, doing the tango. And why are his arms look very long or something?
It's AI.
Rey Mysterio only has 3 fingers. Well, you don't remember that match versus where he got 2 bitten off?
Yeah, I was there.
I love that they have International Mountain Day. All right, there you go.
I love that.
So there's your national days.
I think if you would have asked Nikki Sixx if he would have made it to 66, he would have said hell no.
None of the members. I think he's the one who's died a few times. Like, yeah, Nikki Sixx is actually
Just a few?
Yeah, he's like died once or twice. And here's the weird thing about Nikki Sixx being the bassist for the group, the primary songwriter, not usually the bass player.
Interesting.
Isn't usually the main songwriter. Well, Paul McCartney, but I mean like the main writer.
I didn't know this was Les Claypool from Primus.
Yeah. Primus, who does your favorite South Park theme.
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch how we time this out. Let's take a look at the clock, and it is now
3,
time
2,
for
1.
Picks at 12:36. Running a tight ship here today.
God damn.
Picks. Bam, bam. Before I get Matt's first pick, I want to point out that Alex White was here yesterday and went undefeated. She had 3 picks yesterday, I think. She had an under on a game. She had hockey. She was like 3-0 yesterday. I think last week she went 2-3. She's on fire. Yesterday, I gave out Luka Doncic over points. Now, again, I don't know what I'm doing with NBA. I like Luka. I thought he would show up in a big game. First of all, this is what I learned about watching that game yesterday. Oklahoma City Thunder are really good.
They are.
They are a really good team.
They're really young, too.
Really young. And Alex Caruso, I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember him from the Lakers. And their floor looked cool, and they had orange uniforms. They had cool jerseys.
See, I'm telling you.
But they looked really, really good yesterday. And but I did yesterday, we had all the little pennants from all the NHL teams, and I threw them up in the air. And one landed on the microphone and stuck, and it was the Calgary Flames.
Okay.
Who I think we're plus 160. They won outright. So,
Jerome McGinley still playing?
I don't know if he's still there. Or Lanny McDonald was the guy with the big mustache when I was a kid. But anyway, they won. So I think next week when Alex is here, I'm going to do the old hockey pennant thing, and whichever one lands in the coolest position, I'm going to bet.
I like it.
So Calgary won. So there you go.
We moved on from football helmets and a stocking to pennants in the air.
Well, they're both there. We got to integrate the pennants in because we're going to have more hockey soon.
Yeah, I like it.
Because football's going to be over, but we still got a couple months. All right, what do you got for pick of the day?
Pick of the day, I'm going with college basketball. I'm going with the Mountain West. Mountain West Conference announced yesterday.
You know it better than
they're
I do.
adding UC Davis starting in
I didn't know
2026
that.
in every sport but football. They're FCS in football right now. They're in the playoffs as we speak. I know that's a faux pas right there.
I thought I had a second to grab a drink, and Ann cut back.
Ann
to
doesn't
me.
like it when Frank takes drinks on camera. That's why I'm very strategic.
Did you do that on purpose? Because I looked over.
I thought it was on purpose.
I thought you already took the drink.
No, I wanted that. Well, then when I saw the single on that, I was like, oh, a chance for more.
I thought it was on purpose with the timing. Yeah, no.
My apologies.
That's a roundabout way of saying the Mountain West is going to get better in basketball. UC Davis is actually really good as far as the Big West is concerned in basketball, but I'm going with Nevada, with UNR. It's so funny because I do a lot of stuff for the conference. Obviously, I do my stuff for UNLV, but when I'm doing stuff for the conference, it's Nevada. You have to call them Nevada.
Right.
When I'm doing stuff for UNLV, I've been told in no uncertain terms, do not ever call them Nevada.
Really?
It's they go back and forth, and
Because you're supposed to call them what again?
UNR, Reno, that school up
wow.
north is another popular one.
Do not include Nevada.
In Nevada's football announcement yesterday, they announced that next year's opponents, home or road, not dates yet, but they came out and there said Nevada, Las Vegas. So it's like it's a back and forth. It's a whole thing.
Wow.
But I'm going with the Wolfpack tonight. They're at home up in Reno, up at the Lawler Event Center against South Dakota State coming in out of the.
What is their nickname? South Dakota
They're
State?
the Jackrabbits.
Oh, yes.
The Jackrabbits. They're blue and yellow. But I'm going with Nevada. 11-point favorites. This game's at 7 o'clock tonight here on the West Coast. The Wolfpack, 52nd overall in Ken Palm. They're top 50 in offense. They're 66th in defense. They run the 349th slowest tempo in the country. That's out of 364 teams.
Jeez.
There's only 15 teams that are running slower than this point. But Steve Alford, the coach, is amazing.
Steve Alford?
He knows what he's doing
I
up there.
remember him in IU.
Yeah, and then South Dakota State, when you compare it, they're 118th overall in efficiency in Ken Palm. They run the 82nd fastest tempo in the country.
Okay.
So I think that this Nevada team is going to be one that's going to be able to slow them down. I'm seeing a total of 140.
Okay.
Sounds about right. I may even lean under. I think if the Wolfpack can really slow them down from the start, they can cover this spread and then some. I think a double-digit number here is about right, and I'm going to go with the Wolfpack at home over a lesser opponent in a game that they should be able to get the Jackrabbits team out of their normal fast tempo.
All right, very good. And Paul, who lives in Reno, says it's Nevada, not UNR. He doesn't like it. So.
I'm here on an official capacity. It's Nevada today.
Just stating what he was told.
It is Nevada today. I did let one Nevada drop during the battle for the Fremont Cannon football game.
Right.
First
and?
play from scrimmage.
Oh, God.
Was like a 30-yard run. I'm doing a bunch of other stuff, and I'm like, he's down to the Nevada 30.
No.
I'm like looking around. No one said anything to me about it, but
They give you one.
yes,
They give you one.
Tell
a game.
him, Spider-Man. I guess everybody gets one.
Everyone gets one. Family Guy. There you go.
There we go.
JR says Luca lives up on the second floor. And of course, Keith had to say he lives upstairs from you. I think you've seen him before.
Absolutely.
It's a song from everybody who was alive in the late 80s, early 90s. 89, yeah, it's right around that period. Suzanne Vega.
Yes.
Oh, Tom's Diner.
Tom's not. And
instead- I pour the milk.
What's that mean?
That's from the song.
I just remember the.
Or she pours the milk. The waitress sees the guy walking in, shaking the
I
umbrella.
am sitting
Yeah, and
in
instead
the
she pours the milk.
Let's just do this as a. Okay.
I like it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a pick as well. And I love this one. Why don't we go ahead and put it up there on the graphic? Because I'm so proud of this one. It's the best pick of the year. Now you're doing this to screw me. Now it's everyone knows it's the over. Over in the Knicks Hawks game. I'm going to be honest. All right, I took Luka. I got burned, so I asked for a little help on this one. We're taking the Hawks. Knicks over 237 points tonight. Trae Young is going to score probably 40 by himself. That's going to be a good game, and that's for a spot in the championship of the Emirates Cup. So everyone likes the over in this game. I'm jumping on. So tomorrow when this hits, I'll take credit that it was my pick.
Absolutely.
No, I won't. I will admit, thank you to the crew. Sean liked this one. I think Kenny White did as well. If you want one more pick on today's show, stick around till the end. We'll give you Kenny White's dog of the day. But there you go. Hawks have gone over 2 in a row, says Keith Lyle. Good pick.
He also said nice pick, yeah. See, Keith can be nice to you.
He can be at times. All right, so listen, this is the latest we've ever started, but we got the Punch Bowl. Here we go, Punch Bowl pundits. We got some good stuff. Wouldn't it be a shame if we didn't get to Punch Drunk? I would be okay with that. Maybe one. We'll do one. I promise one. All right, Matt. I mixed them
All
up
right,
real
let's
good.
see what we got.
Hopefully there's one you don't take first. Good.
We're going to do number 3.
Number 3.
Discussion only, it says. Let's talk hot
Now,
stove.
wait. I actually think we have a clip now for this one.
Oh.
We do have, I added one late, and Keith
Late
got it
breaking.
in, Caden and Ann, and Jerry and everybody. Appreciate you getting in there. So let's go ahead and set this up. This is Nicotero, who yesterday, who's a name actor. John Turturro, his brother's a little more famous. Alex was like, what would I know him from? And turns out he was in an Adam Sandler movie where he played a football. He was in The Longest Yard. So yeah, that's Alex texted me. She goes, I knew I recognized him from something. Anyway, he went on a rant yesterday, and in 54 seconds, he used the F word 11 times.
Is he from New York?
Yeah, he's
Sounds
from New York.
about right, yeah.
Oh, he has a pretty big social media following because he's passionate about New York sports. But he was very upset at Juan Soto. But guess what? The Yankees made a big signing, and he's much happier. Here we go.
Just like that. Quiet, Max Fried. Take that, Soto. I know the kid personally. He grew up down the block. Him and Jonathan Fried. Welcome to Yankee Nation. That's right, baby.
There you go. I think he's going to say the F word soon. Okay, good. We believed him.
You can do it. Encino Little League. Yeah.
Encino. Somehow he throws in the Encino
Yeah,
Little
because
League
he's from
there.
Southern California.
Yeah. Oh, he is Max Fried?
Yeah.
Oh, and it looks like Turturro lives there because there was leaves on the ground and green grass. So.
Yeah, he was part of it. Was him, Carlos Rodon, and
that's right.
somebody else at Harvard Westlake.
Yes, I've seen I know Garrett Cole went there, Trevor Bauer, Harvard Westlake. By the way, if you've ever driven...
Lucas Giolito was the third.
If you've ever... I never used drive or driven or drove. If you've ever been by Harvard Westlake... What is it if you're driving past? Have you ever drove?
Have you ever drove?
So if you're in a car and you look and there's Harvard Westlake, it looks like an Ivy League campus.
Yeah.
It is beautiful, manicured. There's guards. It's unbelievable. It's right on Coldwater as you go up Coldwater. Yeah, and it's beautiful. And they get like the top prep guys.
Of course.
So there you go. Max
Fried with the Yankees.
$218 million.
It's about what he's worth if he can stay healthy.
If he can stay healthy, and for a left-hander,
that's the big thing is we've seen between that and the Soto deal. I think we're going to see parents encouraging their kids to play baseball.
Yeah,
I'm going to take it a step further. My firstborn son is going to have his right arm tied behind his back from birth. He's going to be a left-handed relief pitcher, and I'm going to retire at the age of 60. Can't wait.
Well, what do you think of the Hot Stove League so far? Now, and this I wrote this, and we came up with this before your team, the Red Sox, went out and got Crochet from the White Sox.
Yeah, a lot of movement.
Yeah.
It's about this time of year. It's the winter meetings are going on right now. They're in Dallas this year, which is why a lot of these trades are happening. It's really the only time outside of the season when all the GMs and the big wigs, so to speak, get together and make these deals. I miss what the winter meetings were before COVID. They used to have a big job fair that I would go to every year and hold my hands out and beg for money. And they used to have a big trade show as well. A lot of vendors that would get Major League Baseball contracts.
Get some swag.
Yeah, all kinds of swag. And it was such a cool event. I went in Nashville. I went in D.C. And it is so much fun. But since COVID, they went away with everything except for the baseball winter meetings itself. So I used to go to these. They're so much fun. You literally bump into random, people in the hallway. I got a picture that I have framed with Pedro Gomez before he passed away. Randomly bumped into him. Which, me and him walking down the hallway. I'm like, hey, Pedro. Great to meet you. And it helps that I have a little bit of the in of, hey, my dad's Tim with the blah, 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 because people know him in the industry. So it helps that I have that little bit of inroads there. My favorite one was Clint Hurdle. Literally sitting there on a bench, and I'm like, hey, Clint, what's going on? And he knew me from the time of the Pirates. He's like,
he was very approachable.
What's happening? And I'm with my buddy, and he walks me. He goes, how do you know Clint Hurdle? I'm like, I'm kind of a big deal.
By the way, Garrett Cole, he was my landlord once.
Yeah.
What is Clint Hurdle doing? Is he with the Rocky? Or is he doing
he's just hanging out.
He's just hanging out.
He's
spending all that money.
Living my dream.
Yeah, Clint Hurdle.
Fired Division I football coach is my dream.
That is your
number one dream right there.
Like
but
a Jimbo Fisher.
Fired MLB manager Charlie Strong is my role model.
That's the one who got the most money,
USF, Texas. He got fired after like a year at Texas. Yeah, but the stove's heating up. Winter meetings end tonight, so we'll see it start to cool down a little bit.
I was at a NatP convention, which is a TV thing, and was in an elevator with Dick Schaap. Legendary sports guy, talked with him, and sadly he passed away like not too long after that, but initiated him about Pittsburgh sport. He was the nicest guy.
Just shows take advantage of those opportunities when you get them.
Always say hello. It's always
like Andy's story with Andy Martello's story with Michael Jordan when he was dressed up as a Blues Brother.
Still one of the best stories ever. Speaking of Andy Martello, and we're going to have Andy back on the show because I know a couple times we've had people in the comments go, where's Andy Martello? He's coming back. Maybe even next week.
Andy's awesome.
Right?
Maybe even next week.
Maybe even next week, Andy Martello will be back.
Tell him to bring some stogies. not in here.
No. It's an inside joke. Not really. Yeah. Moving on.
See, I didn't know. Sorry. Number 2.
Punch bowl number 2.
Joe Burrow's home was broken into during Monday night, adding to the list of NFL players, including Mahomes and Kelsey. Shouldn't they hire guys like us to watch their cribs on game day? You just hire Exhibit.
I don't know. Exhibit?
Pimp my crib.
Okay, wait. You know, I got a picture with them last week.
I did, yes. You posted it, yes.
Exhibit was just playing slots one day, and I was like, X?
Pimp my casino.
Yeah, so we don't have any video for this, Ann, if you're thinking we do, right? We don't have anything. What? We do have the graphic. Okay, here we go.
So,
I didn't know we got this. Nice.
The ultimate kicker in this, did you see the story is he was...
Yeah, go for it.
He has a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model in his employ, at least on paper.
I'm employed, yeah, and they've released the 911 call. I saw some of that online.
Oh, I gotta listen to that.
Yeah, where she calls, they're like, who are you? And she's like, do you have sports? No, she doesn't do that. But she's like, well, I'm employed here. I came in, whatever. So while he was getting that donut smushed on his face, his house was being broken into. I just think they know, but you gotta have somebody at your house if you're.
Well, and I had also heard that she
there she is,
pulled the most Gen Z, late millennial move ever. She called her mom before she called the cops. And the mom was the one that originally called the cops.
Are you serious?
Literally, the mom was the one that called the cops. If you go back and look at the story, literally, she calls mom calls cops and goes, my daughter is here, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, tell her to call.
Yeah, right.
What the
Why
hell?
isn't she calling?
Yeah.
Anyway, we got some. These are the 2 suspects in the break-in. Very good. The wet bandits right there. Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci. I think I read something weird about the age of Daniel Stern and if you're as old as he was when the movie came. I'm just going to move on. I don't remember. It was something mind-blowing stating like how old you must feel now. But I've told this once before on the show. I saw Home Alone. I was up in New York City, and I went and saw it in Times Square at a movie theater. And I have never been in a movie theater where people laughed louder and more. Wow. Now, I enjoyed the movie, but apparently in New York City, they really like seeing people fall down, go boom. Because during the whole thing where they're falling, you would have thought we were like at like the Apollo. Yeah. It was people were jumping, screaming. It was like one of the best movie experiences I ever had. People are like, how was the movie? And I was like, it was good, but the experience was great. I'd go see a movie in Times Square.
Juan Soto!
It was an unbelievable movie experience. All right, go for another one.
That was my impression of the average New Yorker. I can say that because my cousins moved out of Brooklyn. They're the only people that I knew there.
And by the way, everyone's like, the Yankees are like, how could you do this? He played 1 year for your team.
You also could just go across a bridge and go watch him play over there.
That contract's way too long.
No opt-outs either. One opt-out after 5 years.
Yeah. But still.
Okay. We're going to have a meteorite by then, hopefully. With any luck. A meteorite by then with any luck. Number 1.
Hoping for the end.
Who wins the 2 huge matchup? Who wins the matchups this weekend? Okay. Bills at Lions, Steelers at Eagles. Really good slate this week.
Those are 2 good games right there. Unfortunately, they're both 125 games.
How does that get scheduled?
I don't know. So those are the 2 big games. You're going to have 2 TVs.
Are we going to have a flex situation? Or are those just for the primetime games?
I think it's too late. Yeah, I don't know. Isn't it too late, probably?
I would imagine it'd be too late for this week.
I would think it's too late, but they're both at 125.
Considering Rams 49ers play tomorrow.
Obviously, I'll be watching the PA game, but what do you think in those games? They could be future Super Bowl,
I like it. Bills Lions.
That's a good one.
That's the one I'm more intrigued in.
Bills coming off a loss.
Nothing against Steelers Eagles, but that's the one that I'm more intrigued in as far as what I see as a potential future Super Bowl matchup.
I would agree. Yeah.
I think that the Lions right now are live to win the NFC, no doubt about it. They're slight favorites right now. The Bills. How do you? If you're Josh Allen, you get engaged. Right. You account for 6 touchdowns and you lose. What a weird week for him.
What a weird week.
I think that he continues that momentum, and the Bills are starting to find some offensive identity involving Josh Allen, especially in the red zone. Hey, this guy's 6'5" and loves to run the football.
He does.
Let him do it.
I had the over 30.5 yards. He had 71. So
let him run.
By the way, the line on that game, Lions at home, 2.5-point favorites.
I think the Bills are going to enjoy having some central heating when they're playing instead of the Tundra. I've never
2 weeks in a row, I guess.
I don't understand why you keep building outdoor stadiums in the NFL. Build a dome. You don't need the home field advantage that bad to where you got fans showing up at 4:30 in the morning because they get the feeling that they should be there to help shovel. What the hell? They're volunteers. What normal person, and these aren't normal people, but what normal person wakes up at 4 in the morning and goes, the Bills need me?
Well, that could have been you. 40, 401, 402, all your alarms.
Yeah, but I'm traveling. I'm not going to help out a billionaire who wants public money for a stadium. Hell no. True.
But they give hot cocoa.
Anyway, go down to the lobby and get it.
Anyway, here's Mike Tomlin talking about the matchup between the Steelers and Eagles.
Now on to the Philadelphia Eagles Man, really excited
He stole that.
about this one, man. This
What'd you say?
Pennsylvania State
Said now we're on to the
Championship.
Eagles.
On to
Excited
Cincinnati.
about representing Whitfield in this.
What's that?
I was just joking this morning, man. We could play this game in Breezewood, man. That'd be awesome.
Oh, God, those two. So there you go. Him talking about they should meet in Breezewood. Breezewood is like the halfway point on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I've been in Breezewood conservatively 200 to 300 times.
Oh, God.
There's actually a famous picture. It has every fast food restaurant, every gas station chain in basically 1 mile.
Is that the picture that people share around when they're like, what do you mean America doesn't
Yes,
have culture?
It is.
Yes.
I'm almost positive.
I've been through
it is
there. I've been through
Breezewood.
there, yeah.
It used to be exit 12, but now they do it
How far is that
miles,
from Scranton?
What's that?
How far is that from Scranton?
It's still a pretty good way. I mean,
Because Scranton's further east.
yeah, because like Reading is near Scranton.
Because we've
I
talked
worked
about
at
it on the
Dunder Mifflin for a
show
while.
when my dad was living in Nashua, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And
That's also a Dunder
so
Mifflin.
my dad was in Nashua. I was driving back and forth from there to Pittsburgh every now and then.
Yeah.
And I would stop in Scranton, was about the halfway point of the 10-hour drive. And my first thought every time when I pulled into the gas station was, no way Michael and Holly could have done this every weekend. Yeah.
There's no way. That's why they broke up.
There we
and
go.
I'm currently binging that show, so that's why I'm very up to date. But anyway, Breezewood, my grandfather was a truck driver for 35 years, and he hauled the steel that helped build the turnpike. And he used to always tell me, and then my dad told me, if you're ever in Breezewood, you mention the family name.
Yeah.
You might get kicked out immediately. You might get some
One
sort
or
of
the
hookup.
other, yeah.
Might get a free cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee. So anyway, the Battle of Pennsylvania, Breezewood. There you go. Go Steelers. Okay. We have a few more punch balls. Go for it. What do we got there?
Let's see. This one is
that
going to
one's
be handwritten. Number 5. What do you think of this? Oh, I can only imagine.
Oh, no, I don't remember what it is. Oh, what do you think of this? Okay,
It
here we go.
literally says, what do you think
I know,
of this?
because we threw this one in late. The entire Marshall football team
yeah.
entered the transfer portal after the coach's departure.
Did you see where the coach departed to?
I do not.
Southern Mississippi,
Okay.
who was dead last in the Sun Belt. He went from the champion of the conference
Yeah.
to the worst team.
Apparently, yeah.
How many? And I don't know. He must have a connection to Hattiesburg or
Yeah.
a Southern Miss alum or something like that. Because you don't leave to go to the team in the same conference.
But he isn't Marshall in West Virginia, let's be honest.
Yeah, but it's Huntington versus Hattiesburg,
I've
Mississippi.
been to Huntington, I did the Huntington Coal Festival one year. Yeah.
Just the once.
Yeah. Well,
That
yeah.
literally, okay,
Well, you can't go back. I mean,
For a comparison, we're talking Mountain West.
Yeah.
That would be like Spencer Danielson, Boise State's coach, who we talked about on the show,
Yeah.
leaving to go to Nevada. That's exactly the comparison. I wonder how many times there's been a coach that has left the conference champion for the dead last team.
But here's what I feel. I feel bad for that team's players because this guy's going to want to bring all his own really good players, and
That's
they're
what-
going to be like, well, where are we going?
That's what. Imagine being like a quarterback or something like that, and the coach is like, "We're going, and you're all invited." He goes, "What the hell? I don't want to go there. I don't want to." But like
go there.
Deion Sanders, when he got to Colorado, he said, "I'm bringing my own baggage,"
Yeah.
and it's Louis. That was his exact quote. He basically told all the players at Colorado to get the hell out.
Yeah, he
which
did.
is
He
what
kind
it
of-
looks like this guy's
that's
about
what's
to
gonna
do in
happen.
South Mississippi.
And it's worked for Dan. All right, I think we have, what do we got?
We got one more.
One more there. What do we got?
One more, uno más. Number 4, new game on the show called Give Us the Ruling.
Oh, okay. All right, this is a new game. It's just one little clip. It's called Give Us the Ruling on this play. I'm going to show you the play, and you tell me, what's that? Number 4, it's a field goal of some sort? Yes, it is. All right, here it comes. Okay. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to show the clip, and then we're going to ask Matt, what's the ruling if you were a referee?
Okay.
Who's your favorite referee of all time? Let's riff on that. Ed Hockley.
Gene Steratore, because I met him.
He's from the Pittsburgh area.
And he's a really nice dude, yeah.
He's
And he
on-
does basketball.
Yeah, he does. He's a really smart guy. He's
Yeah.
a weekly guest on the radio station I used to be a frequent guest on. If we don't have it, that's all right. Oh, you found it.
I
All
could
right,
talk.
Matt?
I could talk. Umpires have a way of endearing themselves or making people hate them. So
Yeah.
I have strong opinions on umpires.
Yeah.
Referees in other sports, not quite as much.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I agree with you on umpires.
CB
All right, here
Buckner,
we
you
go.
suck.
Oh, she's transferring it. Okay. By the way, I'm looking at the clock on the wall. We're taking this show right to the post. We might not have time for Punch Drunk.
No.
I'll do one.
wanna get-
one. It'll be a perfect way to end the show.
Okay, I like it.
But anyway, I'm going to take a sip of tea here. We have the clip? All right, here we go.
All right. So it's a field goal.
Okay, it's a field goal. Now watch this. Tell me what happened.
He blocked it. He kicked it again. And it went in when he kicked it the second time?
It did. So what is
Holy
the ruling
crap.
on that? You had to read the comments. People kind of broke down what actually happened there. What do you think the ruling is on that? Because that's something you never see.
No. I am going to guess that you're only allowed to kick it once per play.
What I read in the comments is if it doesn't go past the line of scrimmage, you can kick it again.
Really?
Yeah, because it was blocked, and it's still that he could kick it again and that it was good. Now, you saw the refs under the goalpost look at each other like, well, I don't know what the hell happened. I might be wrong. We'll break it down a little more. But for all the research I did, it said that was legal play.
I think too, depending because it's high school.
And
it
by
looks
the way,
like
only on a field goal. An extra point, it would be a dead ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on a field goal, it was fine, but an extra point,
who
no.
thinks of these things?
I don't know, but it was fine on a field goal.
The thing also is that if it's high school, there are different state by state rules. Now, something like that, I can imagine they're not litigating that type of rule, state versus state, but there are some differing types of rules. Like I know when I was in Florida calling games for IMG Academy, this was 2018 into 2019. Yeah. The straight up run and hurdle a guy, they made that illegal because it was getting popular in the NFL and players were trying it in high school. And you go up and you get upended, and one guy I don't know if it was a collarbone or a neck injury or something.
What if you hurdle backwards like Saquon? Did they think about that?
They didn't think that was possible.
They didn't think, right?
But something like that, and I know Florida made that illegal. But only in their, Florida high school sanctioned games, which IMG does not play in. They play on they play independently. So they were free to hurdle whoever the hell they wanted. It was awesome. That team was a bunch of NFL guys.
Damn it.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, great job. We're gonna do one quick punch drunk. Here we go.
Get drunk real quick.
All right, I'm gonna get drunk real quick.
That's what's in that tea.
That's not hard for me, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. I need some context before you get hammered.
I will do this. So punch drunk, since we were talking about Soto and these big contracts, this is an NFL player who signed a big contract and maybe didn't live up to that contract. Okay. So here we go, folks. This is where I portray a drunken athlete, and I'm so drunk that I forgot my name, but I just remember little facts about myself, and Matt has to tell me who I am.
He's pretending.
All right, here we go. Yeah, I play for 7 NFL teams. 7! Even your stupid Patriots. I play for the Vikings, Bills, Cowgirls, Titties, Titans, and Lions. All right, sorry, I swore. All right, I'm drinking. I actually had that scripted, by the way. My big deal was in 2009. 99 means no in German. 6 years and $62 million. It's not Soto money, but it's good dough. It's good dough. No, I do TV now. I'm a TV commentator. Kind of like the guys. The reason I got the big contract is this guy got hurt, and I filled in. He sucks too. Oh, big deal. He won 7 Super Bowls. I don't care. I have a dumb first name, kind of like yours.
Oh,
who am I?
Oh, I got it. Matt Castle.
Matt Castle.
Yeah.
Matt Castle.
He won 11 games without Tom Brady in 2008. They missed the playoffs.
That was the opening day when Brady went down with the torn knee.
Yep.
And they said the season's over. And that kid came in and had a really good game.
And that was back when they only played 16 games. They went 11-5 and missed the playoffs.
And he had some statistical thing, 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns that had never been done at the time. And then since then, Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers have done it. Wilson twice, Rodgers 5 times. But
where do you go to college?
I believe he's USC.
I'm double checking because I
think I remember seeing him play after. Was it after Carson? Oh God, how long ago?
He was
after Matt Leinart.
2005 draft. It would have been right after Leinart. Yeah, because he was the 1 year after Leinart. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Castle. So there you go. There's Punch Drunk, ladies and gentlemen. I had one more, but I don't remember. Do it. All right, we'll do it. Oh, okay. I only have 2 lines. All right, here we go.
Oh boy.
This is terrible. All right, hold on.
That means I should get it quick, which means I won't.
Shut up.
This is an authentic drinking experience with Frank.
I'm still in the NFL. People, I don't know. Kind of. I mean, I'm in the NFL, but I'm not playing no more. I want to play. They don't want me to play no more. Some Italian kid got all the press, but my nickname's pretty cool too. It's worth like 10 cents, but who cares? I took him for 4 years, $160 million.
$160 million. And he went to Duke.
What's my name?
Yeah, Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones.
I'm Daniel Jones.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. I'm rich though.
That's fair.
And scene. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Another power-packed Matt and Neverett show. I think that's the latest we ever had to jump to Punchball because when Matt's here, we always have great conversation and a lot of laughs. We appreciate you guys watching. You guys were very active. Clint Hurdle was a bust after being on the Sports Illustrated as a rookie.
He was, unfortunately.
No, I remember that, Dean Hill. It was the Reds or the the Royals. He was a Royal. He was like the next Mickey Mantle, supposedly.
He was a stud.
He was a stud. And JR, interesting NBA fact tonight. Golden State has won their last 15 versus Houston, the second longest win streak in the NBA for any team against an opponent. Knicks are first with a 16-game run against the Pistons. So the Rockets last beat the Warriors February 20th, 2020. So take that to the bank right there. JR will be here tomorrow. Is tomorrow? Tomorrow. JR will be here tomorrow with more nuggets like that and Joe D'Amico to give you picks. You want one more pick on this show? Boom. Kenny White's Dog of the Day. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Kenny White, you can catch him Monday through Wednesday, hosting Sports by the Book with his daughter, Alex White. Oh, no!
No!
Wait a second. He has South Dakota State plus
the
500.
money line.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Oh, no.
Oh, I got to call Kenny.
Here's our Dog of the Day, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Oh, look at Santa Claus dogs. Look, they got ring, ring. There you go.
I thought one of them was about to go nuts.
No, the Grinch comes in and scares the shit out of the dog. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you everything for watching. Thanks for everybody helping. We'll see you tomorrow. Punchlines live in the bed every show.